Hi everyone, welcome back. So after understanding about the two previous different types of machine learning model, which was basically supervised learning and unsupervised learning, today we'll be understanding about the new third type of machine learning model, which is basically reinforcement learning. So what do you mean by reinforcement learning? Reinforcement learning model is basically, we can call it like making someone understand things by actually providing them some rewards. Okay, so let me just make you understand this in very simple words. Okay, think of it like a training a pet. Okay, you don't directly tell your pet what to do, but you reward based on their good actions and discourage them based on their bad actions until and unless they figure out things like what they have to do. So let me tell you, let's imagine you have a pet, let's say that's a dog, and you cannot communicate with a dog, right? Because dog doesn't understand our human language. Similarly, we cannot understand the dog's language, correct? So for that, what how you're going to train the dogs? How the trainers used to train the dog, or how individuals who have a pet, whether it be a dog, cat, whatever it is, how do they train them? Like you have to shake your hands, you have to jump, you have to go catch the ball. How do you train them? You actually train them by rewarding something. Let's say you ask your dog to jump, or you ask your dog to catch something. You throw a ball and now you ask your dog to bring it for you. What will happen? Like, how will dog understand they are supposed to bring it for them? You will go for them, you will run, you will catch the ball. If the dog is supposed to bring it for you, will clap for them. If they don't, you will beat them with a stick or something like that. So similarly, reinforcement learning is here a model. We are going to make a model learn by providing them some rewards. And if they haven't performed perfectly, we will give them some penalties. So this is how the learning model works in reinforcement. Like here, the model is basically a agent would be there, and for that agent will be interacting with the environment. They will be receiving the rewards, or either for the bad decisions, they will be receiving the penalties. So, in reinforcement learning, the goal is basically to learn the best actions that are possible to maximize the rewards over the time. At the end, you're supposed to collect the maximum rewards by generating the correct options. So, there are multiple examples of reinforcement learning, which is basically like teaching a robot to walk. Just imagine we are creating a robot and we want our robot to perform so many things. We want a robot to clean a house, we want a robot to walk, we want a robot to dance. That is definitely possible. In today's world, it is possible. Okay, there are robots available who do so many multiple tasks. How do you train those models? Like we code them definitely, but what if I want to communicate with them? I want to tell my robot that please jump, please walk. How would robot will understand my language? So that is basically based on the rewards. In the training period, if the robot is performing the same thing that we want the robot to do, then we will give them some rewards. Rewards is basically in their language, it would be something which is beneficial for them. They will understand that yes, that's a correct move, that's a positive way. I gain some of the points. So that's a good action I am supposed to take. And if they are not providing in a good action, then we give them some feedback, which is basically how we used to. We don't punish them. You cannot punish a robot, right? We give them negative feedbacks, we treat them for their good action, and we minus their points for their bad actions. One more example is training AI to play the games like chess, Go, and Atari. You see in chess there is an option which is playing towards versus the you versus the computer. How is your computer know what step they are required to perform? You can take multiple steps. How your computer know which are they supposed to take? So they have been trained. Every time they make a correct move, they give some rewards, and every time they make a wrong move, the rewards has been deducted from them. We minus some of the points for their bad actions. Or similarly, there was one more example, which is a self-driving cars learning by trial and error. So there's a self-driving car like Tesla that has been launched in India as well recently. So self-driving cars are also being learned by the method of reinforcement learning. Like every AI that you see, every machine that you see is basically machine learning has been worked there. So in there, the reinforcement learning type of model has been played a role in this Tesla and the self-driving cars, where they have been trained, they have been learned by using the trial and error method. And one more thing, let me tell you, you all have observed like after you open any website or any application, there's always a review or feedback option. So if you give a feedback option, the customer, like the application will understand they have not performed perfectly. So the user who have created an application will make some changes and make sure that the application is up to the mark as per the user experience. So that's how similarly for robots, for machines, whether it be AI, whether it be a robot, whether it be self-driving cars, whether it be automatic machines, or any of the individual, any of the device, any of the AI system or machine, they have been trained by using the reinforcement learning, because here you cannot work unsupervised learning is very risky to take, because you cannot make your robot to learn with unsupervised learning. What if they perform? What if they slap someone, or what if they do something which is not required? So that is dangerous, right? We cannot do that. Supervised learning is also not possible, because it's not always a thing like someone will give the exact directions that you want. If it's a chatbot of something like that where you have particular questions and they will be answering only those particular questions, then supervised learning is possible, because input and output both are there. But where you don't know what the question might be, so in those scenarios supervised learning is not possible. So okay, so this is also one of the way whenever you will be creating the models, whenever you will be working with the organizations or creating your own models, there no one will tell you to create a model by using which type of learning. You have to figure it by yourself. What if you wanted to create your own machine, your own AI, you want to have your own startup? That is also possible, right? So no one is going to instruct you how to use which model. You will be getting by yourself. When you get a thought, when you get a goal in your mind, like what you wanted to create, then automatically looking at all the different models, you will understand which type of model would be the best action. So now if we understand reinforcement learning with an example, let's say you have a raw input data where you have multiple shapes present. We have square, we have star, we have actually two types of star. One is the appropriate one is the user defined, we can say, which is drawn one, and we have square. So three types of shapes are present in your input data. As an output, you want to cluster them into different groups. Like the user defined star should be present in the one group, the square one should be in one group, and the star one should be in another group. So how you are going to make this thing possible? By using the reinforcement learning model. So first thing comes here is you pass your input data to the agent. Agent is basically the learner, the decision maker, which is just imagine it like your pet or your robot. Now, agent is going to work in an environment. There will be an environment present in reinforcement learning, which is basically the world where the agent is going to act. For a robot, it can be a house. For AI, it can be for a chess AI, it can be a game. Or for what I would say, for a self-driving car, it can be a road. So for every agent that you are training with reinforcement learning, always has an environment where they are going to perform something, X something. Now, agent makes an action, which is basically action is basically the agent choose what they are supposed to go. Are they supposed to move left, right, bark? Like if it's a pet, then supposed to are they supposed to bark? If it's a car, are they supposed to make a U-turn, left turn, right turn, stop there, make a reverse, or whatever action it is. So these types of multiple actions agents are required to perform based on their input. So in this input, the agent is required to detect the shape. So they will be detecting multiple shapes. Let's say they first detected square. Now they are supposed to collect all the different squares and merge them in a single group. And if they perform perfectly, then as a feedback, they will get a treat. They will get something good. They will get a reward based on their action. And if they haven't performed any good, something not good, a good action, then some of them points will be minus from their rewards. So in this, the agent is going to have an environment which is this, the environment where they will be selecting something. Let's say they selected a square. Now for another element, if they again selected square to be grouped together, then that's a good action, right? We'll give them some rewards. But if on the group for square, if they selected a star, then that's a negative point. So we'll deduct some points for them. So that's how the goal of the agent here is to maximize the total rewards over the time and understand something and generates an output for you. So that's how reinforcement learning works. There are so many real world examples of reinforcement learning without any code. Let's say imagine teaching a robot vacuum. If it cleans the dust, you give them 10 points. If it bumps into a wall, you minus some of the 5 points. And over the time, the robot vacuum will learn it by themselves, like how to clean efficiently without avoiding the walls, like while avoiding the walls, sorry. with avoiding the walls, how to clean the area, how to clean the house efficiently. So that's how reinforcement learning works. Let's actually jump onto a Python code. Let's create a very simple Python example, which is, let's imagine to be a grid world. So in this example, we'll be creating a toy simulation program with some of the random moves. So whenever they do something good, like say if there will be multiple I would say environment present, and then environment they're supposed to make an action, and based on their action they will be rewarded with something. If they clean, we'll be reward them with 10 points. If they do not clean, we'll reward them with negative points. If they move like something like that, we'll do that. So if they clean a dirty spot, we'll reward them something. If they clean a clean spot, then we'll detect something. And if they only move without doing anything, we'll detect so many points. So that's something like a toy simulation program with some of the random modes. So imagine it like a robot vacuum. Okay. So let's start with creating a reinforcement learning program. Let me write it. Perfect. So for the first thing comes in Python code is we will be making some of the random moves. Okay, so we will be using the random library as I have told you in the previous lectures. The random library is the one of the thing which we use more frequently. Now in reinforcement learning, the major role comes is of the environment. So we are supposed to have the environment where your robot is going to play. So here the states, let's define a variable state where we'll be having the environment. So we have two environments in a house. One is the clean environment and second is the dirty environment. Perfect. So we have two types of environment present, which is the states, and second is the actions that a robot is going to perform. So we have two types of actions. First action is the robot is going to clean something. Second action is robot is going to move. So if it's a clean environment, robot is supposed to move from there. If it's a dirty environment, robot is supposed to clean that environment. So that's how actions are going to be performed, which are the correct actions a robot is supposed to have. Next part come is the rewards. So after environment, we have rewards that we will be assigning. So for rewards, we'll be creating dictionary with multiple, yeah, we can create a dictionary with multiple values. So we can call it a list of dictionaries. So we'll have a key pair. So in dictionary we have key pair, one is the key and second is the value. So we have one key pair where if there's a dirty environment, and in that dirty environment if robot is performing a cleaning, then we will give them 10 points. Yes, that you did a correct. So 10 is the value here and dirty and clean are the key. Second scenario is if it's a clean environment, and in that clean environment if the robot is cleaning, then we will be deducting minus 1 point from them. Why? Because that is not required. Cleaning a clean environment won't give you rewards. Okay, that's not an appropriate action a robot is taking. Second thing is if it's only all means basically a clean environment or a dirty environment, whatever the scenario is, and robot is just moving in that scenario, then we will be deducting zero point 0.5 from their rewards, because moving will only cost us energy. So that is also not an appropriate action for a robot to perform. So these are the list of values key pairs that we have assigned in a dictionary. Now we'll start with one by thing, which is basically step by step. First, we'll define the state. Let's say the state would be either dirty or either clean here. We'll start with the rewards to be 0. Step by step, they will make a random option like action, which is basically among cleaner move. They will take an action. And if the action is one of the action which is present in our reward section, if it's dirty clean, then we'll give assign them 10 points. If it's clean, we'll deduct minus 1 points. If it's move, then we'll deduct zero point 0.5 points. And at the end, we'll just have the total summarization of how many rewards have been generated. So let's start with the state to be dirty, because definitely I don't want to clean. I don't want to have a clean state. I won't be using my robot vacuum over a clean house. Definitely I will be using it over a dirty house. So state is dirty here. We create a variable which is total reward, and here I'm assigning total reward to start with 0, because at start the total reward, like the rewards they have got, in is 0. Now we'll start with a loop here. So we'll start with the step by step. So for every step the robot takes, which is in range 5, like 5 times they are supposed to take a step, and then we'll calculate their total. They are supposed to have an action. So action is basically a random value, but among which? A random value from a choice of values, which is my choice are basically my actions. So among my actions, which is clean or move, robot is supposed to have a random action generated, either clean or either move. Then will comes to the reward part, which is reward is equal to rewards dot get. We have the state versus action, so we assign state comma action comma rewards dot get. One is the start, which is everything, comma action, and comma 0. Okay, I think I'm missing one bracket. No, yes, definitely I am. So in the get we have one bracket close. In the another get we'll be having two brackets here, one for the get and one for the last zero. Perfect. Yes, we are done. So here we are generating reward for them. So every time reward is a variable we have created, get function will get the value from the state and action. So state is basically dirty, action is basically a random value that robot is going to take. So based on the state which is dirty, action can be either clean or either move. If it make it clean, we give them 10 points. If it make it move, then we'll deduct some of the points for them. And if the action is like for all the scenario, if it's either clean, then it's a positive. It's a move, then we'll deduct minus 0.5 from them. Then we'll update the total reward to be plus equals to reward. Perfect. Now we'll update the state. So if the state is equal to dirty, then action would be clean. Then and action is equal to clean, we make it to be state as clean. Else action is equals to move. So what I'm doing here is, let me explain you. If the state is equals to dirty, which means definitely a state is dirty here, and the action the robot is performing is actually equal to clean, which means the robot has cleaned the environment in that scenario. So we are currently in a clean environment. Okay, so robot vacuum has cleaned the dirty space. Then we'll change the state to be clean, because yes, they have cleaned the environment. Now the state changes to clean. Why do you have to again clean which is already cleaned by the robot just before? Else if the action is equal to move, if the action is not equal to either clean or either, it's either clean or move. Okay, so if the action is not equal to clean, then action would be equal to move. So if the action is equal to move, then state would be equal to a random value. Again, they are supposed to make a choice, because you cannot always move, you're also required to clean something. So we again make a choice from a state. So this is basically randomly moved to the either clean or the dirty spot. So what I mean by here is, let's say robot, there's a dirty spot, vacuum goes there, clean it. So that spot becomes a clean state, right? Robot is moving. Now they are supposed to move to another state. It will go on move and move spot. So robot is again going to make a choice which is clean. So if that spot is dirty, they will clean it up. That spot is already clean, robot will again move back. So that's how we want a robot to perform. So that's why we are generating it in this form. Now we will be generating the total rewards generated based on the steps. So we assign we print step is basically step plus 1, which is state is equal to state, which is a variable that we have created. Sorry, and bracket close, comma, then supposed to have an action. So action is equals to action that a robot is performing, comma, And then comes the last part, which is reward. So reward is equals to the reward that we are generating at the end. Bracket close, double quotes close, and print close. Perfect. Now we will be printing after this at the end, like after end of the every step, we will be printing a total rewards. So we are printing total reward to be comma total reward, which is the variable we have created, bracket close. And now let's run this. So we already got the output. So what's first, understand what's happening here. The agent will randomly choose either clean or either move, which is basically a random state. Actions will be generated. Action is a variable we created where we have two list pair, where we have two values in a list, which is clean and move. So among clean and move, there will be a random choice generated. From that random choice, they will giving a reward. So we'll be giving them some reward. If they generate something, which if they are cleaning a dirty spots, we'll reward them, will encourage them. And if they are cleaning or moving too much, if they're cleaning a cleaning spot or moving way too much, which is consuming the energy, then we will be discouraging them. So, in a real reinforcement learning model, the agent would learn to maximize the rewards by using the algorithms, which is like we have Q learning algorithm or deep Q networks, and they will understand what is their exact thing to do. So, it's like a trial and error method. So, now if you come here in the first, where the state was clean, action perform was again clean, so we rewarded them to be 10. Like previously it was dirty, action perform was clean, so it changed to clean, and reward is 10. Then state was clean, right? After the first step, the state becomes clean. Action performance again clean, we minus points. In a clean state, again clean, we minus the points. If I rerun the value, there will be again randomly values generated. So let me rerun this for you. And now you see the state was dirty. It moved from a dirty spot, so it's negative zero point 0.5. It's clean. It's moved from a clean spot, it's again negative. So that's how the total reward comes minus 3.5. So that's how reinforcement learning is working. Every time it's randomly generating a value, randomly taking an action, performing an action from either dirty or clean, which is like either moving it, either cleaning the environment. And that's how your model is going to understand. Here the rewards are negative, which means model has not performed appropriately. But if the rewards are in positive, at the end, model will understand what are they supposed to do. So this was all about the understanding of reinforcement learning.